Let's talk now about the team maturity stages. This is a very, very important concept. I can't tell you how many times per day and with every team I really think about this. I think about where is this team in their maturity stages. And we'll talk about it a lot even in the collaboration skills module. So what you should know is teams go through 4 maturity stages. This is the Tuckman model of team formation. They go through forming, storming, norming, and performing. Forming is when the team is finally coming together for the first time. I put a question mark there because they have a lot of questions. They want to know, what is my role? What is this project about? Who are these people? Am I going to gel with them or not? So they have a ton of questions in that forming stage, but they're all starting to just get to know each other. Storming is the fun stage. This is where all the drama happens. This is where the conflict, the I don't like this decision, you're not listening to me, I don't like that person, this is not going my way. That's where some of the conflicts arise, is during storming. And I call that the I-me stage because it's driven by private goals. Everyone wants to either shine or wants their own decision to happen. It's a very independent stage. I'm really just out for myself or my own team, my own sub-team. So that's where the conflict comes in. Now, forming, or norming actually, norming is where they begin to come together and think about the we. So instead of thinking about me, what I want personally, we're finally starting to think about the goal that we have in hand. So can we collectively reach our goal for this iteration? What do we need to do to really make this work, as opposed to me and I? And performing is where they have not only come around the same goals and values, but they have effectively improved their processes. So the processes that they use to deliver have become very efficient. They've started to cut out waste. This is very important. These 4 stages is really how I evaluate where the team is right now in their maturity. And funny enough, these are the same stages that a team goes through even when we just have a meeting. When you're going through a specific meeting or a session, the team at the beginning forms, they begin to storm around the ideas and conflict, and hopefully they norm and they finally reach a decision within the meeting. So definitely keep these in the back of your mind, and we will be talking about them even in more detail. So let's go through the summary of what we just talked about. There's some really high cost to disengagement. We talked about billions of dollars being spent on disengaged employees. The bottom line for organizations is having cross-functional teams that are high performing, and we talked about a ton of characteristics related to high performance, and definitely motivation was one of them, that they really are motivated, that they're engaged, that definitely increases high performance. You do need to understand the basics of high-performing teams, so a lot of these characteristics that we talked about, so you can begin to move your culture towards that. And it's also vital to understand that the team maturity stages, if you don't understand how the teams are forming, you won't understand what your role is in influencing that. And that's what we'll talk about next also in servant leadership and also the team collaboration and self-organization modules. So I hope you enjoyed this module. It was more about the foundations of high-performing teams. We'll talk next about servant leadership.